I want to echo what you said a moment ago, Rabbi, and that is, and whenever I speak in Israel, in every platform, I start out, but that's when I'm talking about the Shabbat issue. I start out my words by saying, I want to be very clear to everyone, I'm Shomer Shabbat. It adds a tremendous amount to my life and my family's life, and I recommend that all of you give it a shot as well. And any issues that we talk about, I want to make it clear to everyone that the words are coming from someone who is Shomer Torah Mitzvot and spent many years learning in yeshiva, and it's not coming from a place of trying to take away from religious observance, but from a place where it's firmly entrenched as part of my life. Having said that, we're starting now Slichot leading up towards the climax of the Yom Noreh, Yom Kippur, and we start Yom Kippur. You'll be here in this room, and the very first words before you go to Yom Kippur, you're going to say, Anu matirim lihipalel im havaryanim. We welcome even the sinners of Am Yisrael to join with us. Why are we starting Yom Kippur with that statement? What is that all about? And it's so clear that we as a collective people cannot possibly turn to God and ask for forgiveness if we reject any Jews and say, you can't be in here with us. That message is that you have, everyone is here together, and that's the only way that we as a people can possibly turn to God and say that we want to ask for your atonement. The success of the Jewish people is only possible if we're willing to say, this is our viewpoint, and say it proudly. This is what we believe in. This is what the Torah says about the following issues, and I say it about every issue in Israel. But I recognize that not everybody believes what I believe. And part of my core belief system is that I can't force what I believe in other people. And actually, I'll take it a step further. We do damage to ourselves if we try to force it on other people. If we would project a religion, a Judaism, which is embracing, which says, you know what, the role of a rabbi is not to create problems, but it's to find solutions. If we make the statement that we love all Jews, no matter who you are and what kind of person you are, and I respect you, and I'm not trying to change you, and my goal is not some kind of a sinister, hidden motivation to try to bring you back to the fold, but I love you because we're brothers and sisters. And last summer, I went to way too many funerals of young people in this category who were risking their lives and gave up their life so that I can live in the state of Israel, my children can live in the state of Israel, to recognize that we really are one people. That's the message of these days that we're in right now, and that's the message that we have to carry forward in Israel. We're at a crossroads right now in the state of Israel. We really are. We can go one direction, which is continue just to worry about ourselves as a religious community, and everyone else can do whatever they want to do. And if that happens, we're just going to continue moving this way, and we won't do what's necessary to achieve atonement for all of Am Yisrael and the Geulah. Or we can be courageous and say, it's not always so comfortable to rely on a lenient opinion, and it's not always easy to take that responsibility on your shoulders, but to recognize that that's what Am Yisrael needs, and to try to bring people back towards the fold. And if we do that, are we sacrificing certain things along the way? We might be. We might be. It's not always the easiest route to take. But if we do that, that's the message of Yom Kippur night. We want to pray together with everyone. And as we sing the Ketorah every morning in Israel, when we say Kilokeinu after davening, one of the spices was the chalbonah, which was a very horrible smelling spice. But if we didn't have that in the spices in the Beit HaMikdash, it wasn't accepted. And if you read Pitam Torah, you don't say those words, it's not accepted. And the reason is because the beauty of Am Yisrael is just like the orchestra, where there might be one instrument which, if you hear it by itself, it sounds totally off. But when it's together with the rest of the orchestra, it makes it that much more beautiful. That's Am Yisrael as well. Every single Jew plays a role, and that is the perspective that we have to have, and that's the perspective that we're working towards as we strive for the ultimate goal, which should be the Geulah Shalema. And hopefully, if all of us internalize that message and work towards that message, hopefully that's something which will, God willing, be able to achieve soon. Thank you.